So in today's class, we will be trying to solve a problem for the calculation of deflection of beams using Castigliano's theorem. Okay. So determine the vertical deflection at the free end. Determine the vertical deflection at the free end and rotation at A in the overhanging beam as shown in figure. In the overhanging beam as shown in figure. Okay. So here, this is a overhanging beam. Okay, which means you have a simple support followed by an extension member. So one end is pinned, other end is simply supported. So this is A, this is B, this is 6 meters, this is 2 meters, this is 3 kilonewton, and these are the values that are given. And apart from that, you also have a load of 1 kilonewton at the pinned end. 1 kilonewton at the pinned end, wherever the support is pinned. So here in the question itself, you write it like assume EI as constant. Assume EI as constant, and you can say that use Castigliano's theorem. Use Castigliano's theorem. So see now, so this is the beam that is given to us to solve the problem. Okay. So what do we need to calculate? Deflection at the free end. So deflection at the free end means at end C. And so deflection at the free end means at end C. And what else we need? Rotation at A. Okay. So how much amount the support A is going to rotate? So for that process, what is the concept that we have learned? That wherever we need to calculate the rotation or the force or the deflection, partial differentiation of strain energy with respect to the applied load will give the deflection. Partial differentiation of strain energy with respect to the applied load will give the deflection, and partial differentiation of strain energy with respect to the applied moment will give the rotation. So considering these two expressions, if there is a load that is acting at a point where we need to calculate the deflection, we need to differentiate the strain energy with respect to the load acting at that point. That means, so we have load 3 kilonewton given at joint C. So in order to calculate the deflection at the point, we need to initially assume that the load at that point 3 kilonewton is P. 3 kilonewton will be there, but for us we need to have the flexibility as P, right? Because dou U by dou P. So instead of writing 3 kilonewton, initially we will write it as P. And while substituting, we can calculate and substitute P is equal to 3 kilonewton. Point number one. And case number two, we need to calculate moment at the support A. So rotation at support A. So in order to calculate rotation at support A, we need to have a moment. But do we have any moment given in the problem? No, we are not given with the any problem, any moment at end A. So what do we need to do? Assume any fictitious or dummy moment at A. Fictitious or dummy moment at A. Okay. So this is something that we need to use and solve the problem for. Okay. So now, so let us try to calculate this first. First, let us take the deflection at point C. So I'll write it here. Solution to calculate deflection at C. Initially, consider the given 3 kilonewton load. The given 3 kilonewton load is equal to capital P, and to calculate, so this is first part, this is second part. To calculate rotation at A, introduce a dummy moment or fictitious moment at A. Okay. So these are the two things that we need to remember. Now let us sketch the beam again. Okay. So we have a support here. So this is 1 kilonewton. At the same time, we have RA. So this is RA. And here we have RB. Here we have 3 kilonewton. This is 6 meters. This is 2 meters. So 3 kilonewton is equal to P. 3 kilonewton is equal to P. Now taking moments about any point, taking moments about A, we need to calculate the reactions in terms of P. Taking moments about A implies sigma MA is equal to 0. Sigma MA is equal to 0. That means, so see here all of you, sigma MA is equal to 0. So moment at this point is equal to 0. So therefore, RB into 6 and P into 8. RB into 6 is equal to P into 8. So RB is equal to 8P by 6. That is equal to 4P by 3. So we got 4P by 3. Now RA plus RB. So RA plus RB is equal to, so see here, upward forces are RA, RB. Upward forces RA, RB. Downward forces, what are downward forces? 1 kilonewton and P. Okay. So 4P by 3 minus P. Of course, downward is 1 kilonewton and P. So now here, when we consider this, so we will get it as RA is equal to P by 3, because see the total load acting P. Total load acting is P. So RA plus RB is equal to P. So these are the two loads that are acting. But now what did we say? We need to calculate what? Deflection at point C. We need to calculate the deflection at point C. So RB will be upwards and RA will be downwards here. When we try to calculate, means what is the total value acting? P. So this RA plus RB is equal to P minus 4P by 3. Correct, na? So RA is P by 3. So the question is, we have a 1 kilonewton load acting here. But what did we say? Whenever we are trying to take the deflection at point C, at this point, we have replaced 3 kilonewton with P and we have removed all other loads. That's what the Castigliano's theorem also considers. So at this point of time, we have only the load P at joint C, because it's an imaginary value that we have put up, but that value will be substituted later. That is equal to 3. So RB is equal to 4P by 3, RA is equal to P by 3. Now we need to apply the strain energy due to bending. What is strain energy due to bending? M square by 2EI into dx. M square by 2EI into dx. So now if I sketch the overall beam, so there is a load P here at point C, and we have 4P by 3 at point B, and we have P by 3 at point A. Okay. So this is what we have. Now we need to calculate the moment at given section X. For that, I'm going to introduce you with one of the simplest formula. One of the simplest formula based as well as procedure based methodology. Okay. So moment at any given section X. Let us to try to do that. So moment at any given section X. So that can be here or that can be here. So let me just try to sketch it. The XX section can be here and here also, because the beam has two portions, AB and BC. Now, so moment at any given section X. So first portion, origin, okay, or we can simply put it like this: portion, origin, limits, moment, and EI. So this is a table that we are going to use. This is a table that we are going to use to calculate the moment at any given section X. This is a simple formulas and simple procedure. You will find it very easy whenever we are trying to solve it. Okay. Now, so how many portions are there? The entire beam is divided into two portions. One is AB, another one is BC. Okay. Now, if I take AB portion, I can take anything as origin, either A or B. So let me take it as A here. So this is 6 meters, this is 2 meters. Total distance 6 meters, 2 meters. Now, so when I take this as A as origin, when I take this A as origin, what are the limits from A to B? 0 to 6. 0 to 6. Okay. Now, moment in the portion AB. So we have a section X and we are taking this as X. Okay. From A. When we take this as X, what will happen? Minus P by 3 into X. Minus P by 3 into X. And what is given with respect to EI? EI is constant. So therefore it is EI. Very simple. Take the portion as AB, start from A, which is 0 to 6, and write the moment value at any given section X in terms of the direction. So this is anti-clockwise. So minus P by 3 into X. Now take portion BC. Take portion BC. So when we take portion BC, let us take the origin as C. It can be B also, no problem. It can be B also. But if I take origin as C, it is very simple for me to solve the problem because I can take it from 0 to 2. I can take from 0 to 2. I can take it from 0 to 2. And one important thing here is that the sign convention. So the sign convention, so positive bending moment and negative bending moment, right? And which direction is positive, which direction is negative. So when we take one of the direction, that is right side clockwise, is considered again as negative. Right side clockwise. So you see here, so this is P into, this is X now. This is X. So minus P into X, and the EI is EI. Over. That's it. As simple as that. This is the table. Now, why did we divide the beam into two parts? Because it's an overhanging condition. Let us say if it is a simply supported, normal simply supported beam with any point load at center or anywhere, even then it is easy to divide it into two components and try to derive the expression for. So two things that are important here, that are one is taking the origin point and following appropriate sign convention. Following appropriate sign convention. So this is going to be one of the important aspect for the calculation of deflection at any given point. Okay, so the bending moment, sign convention is always like, if it have this kind of like sagging, hogging, conical shape, no, so like you have different shapes, right? So whenever we have the bending moment, and if you have the left anti-clockwise and right clockwise, this is considered to be negative. So vice versa. And for shear force, you already know that RUN, right upward negative, right side upward negative. If you can remember that, right downward positive, left upward negative, left downward positive. So like that, the sign convention should be there always in your mind. Now what do we need to do? Strain energy. Strain energy due to bending. Strain energy due to bending. U is equal to integral m square by 2ei into dx. Okay. Okay, guys. Now see here, m square by 2ei into dx. Correct, right? Now, how many moments are there? 2. And there is one more reason why we have chosen C as origin. See, when we are integrating, if I take B as origin, I'll just put it out of context, not required, but I'm just trying to say here. If for a BC, this is not required, I'm just putting as a note point, and we take B as origin, all of you see, if we take B as origin, already, so BC, B as origin, 0 to 2, and 4p by 3, isn't it? 4p by 3 into x. Okay, and again, calculation point of view, for the calculation point of view, whenever we are trying to make the things simpler for the bending expression, we took C as origin. Otherwise it can be B as origin also, no worries. Okay, so now strain energy due to bending is given by this. So therefore, integral 0 to 6, integral 0 to 6 for portion AB, integral 0 to 6, what is mx? Minus p by 3 into x whole square by 2ei into dx. And for BC, it is 0 to 2 minus px whole square by 2ei into dx. Therefore, u is equal to 1 by 2ei. Common, take the common out, into integral 0 to 6 p square x square by 9 plus integral 0 to 2 p square x square dx dx. isn't it? Now we will try to integrate it and try to obtain the value. So this is equal to 1 by 2 EI into so P square x cube by 27, 9 into 3, 0 to 6, because x square is x cube by 3, plus P square x cube by 3, 0 to 2, 0 to 2. Okay. Now, when we continue this, substitute the values. Substitute the values. So I will take P square also out. So P square will also be brought out. So U is equal to P square by 2 EI into x cube by 27, 0 to 6, plus x cube by 3, 0 to 2 limits. So U is equal to P square by 2 EI into 6 cube, 216 by 27 plus 8 by 3. So we need this value. We need this value for the calculation. So 216 by 27 plus 8 divided by 3, 10.66 divided by 2. P square by, so 5.33. How much we got? 5.33 P square by EI. So U is equal to 5.33 P square by EI. Now deflection at C is equal to delta C is equal to partial differentiation of strain energy with respect to applied load. So that implies delta C is equal to, so see here 5.33 into P square. So 2 into 5.33 into P by EI, that is equal to 10.66 P by EI. 10.66 P by EI. And what do we know? What do we know here? We know that P is equal to 3 kilonewton. So therefore, delta C is equal to 10.66 into 3 by EI. So therefore, delta C is equal to roughly 32 by EI. So this is how we need to calculate the deflection of a overhanging beam by simple process. Very simple. Just divide the beam into different components, and from that you will directly get the answer. Okay. Now, what else we were asked? We were also asked to calculate the rotation at point A. So in order to calculate rotation at point A, what did we think? We have introduced a moment at A. It's a dummy moment or fictitious moment. Dummy moment or fictitious moment. Now, so when we talk about when we talk about the dummy moment, so we can assume any direction to start with, but other, if we assume clockwise, depending upon the sign convention, that will change. Depending upon the sign convention, that will change. So one thing is very clear, that whenever we are calculating deflection, try to convert it into load P if there is a load there. If there is no load, introduce dummy load and finally make it as 0. So that is how we need to understand and apply the concept of the strain energy as well as the Castigliano's theorem. Okay. So now So let me try to go forward with the second portion of this. So rotation at A, rotation at A. So see here, I will be writing the direct expression. So now we have 3 kilonewton load, 3 kilonewton load. We have RB, RA, and we have downward 1 kilonewton. Now what do we need to do? We need to introduce a dummy portion. Introduce a dummy portion of just a second. Yeah, sorry, actually, this 1 kilonewton is not there. That's what I was trying to see. 1 kilonewton is not there. Let me wipe it off. Yeah, okay. Yes, just wipe it off. Sorry for that. By mistake, I have given it. Okay. So now, what is that we need to do? RA, and we need to introduce a dummy moment. Introduce a dummy moment. That is M. Okay, introduce a dummy moment M. So this is 6 meters. This is 2 meters. So here I am writing, introduce a dummy moment capital M. Introduce a dummy moment capital M. So sigma MB is equal to 0. Taking moments about B is equal to 0. So RA into 6, okay, minus M plus 3 into 2 is equal to 0. RA is equal to M by 6 minus 1. When we substitute it, RA is equal to M by 6 minus 1. Substitute that value. RA is equal to M by 6 minus 1. Okay. Simple. So RA into 6, 3 into 2 here, and moment M. Now what do we need to do? We need to again split the beam into different parts. Split the beam into different parts. So we have AB and BC as well. AB and BC. So see, so this is RA M by 6 minus 1. This is RB. Of course, corresponding value you will get it. This is 3 kilonewton, 6 meters, 2 meters, A, B, C. So now if we take AB limits, so origin is A, origin limits moment. So two sections again, X, 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 and EI. So 0 to 6. What is this? M by 6 minus 1 into X. AB if you take M by 6 minus 1 into X, and what else we have here? A dummy moment M. So minus M, and this is EI. And then we have BC, C origin 0 to 2. This is a straightforward expression. What is that? Minus 3 into X. Minus 3 into X. So this is also EI. So this is how we need to bifurcate. Okay, so now U is equal to integral 0 to L mx square by 2 EI into dx. And what do we need to calculate? Theta A is equal to dou U by dou M. So I'll stop it here. I'll stop it here. So further part we can see in the next class. So if you have any doubts, you can please ask me. Thank you.